Hello guitarists, welcome to the 4-note jam. This is also known as the Spanish jam or the flamenco jam. It's really easy to do on guitar. All you need to do is go fret 5, fret 3, fret 1, and then open. You can do it with a pick. With your thumb, or your fingers, index middle. It's a little bit tricky using index middle on the top string because you really have to perch your hand up there. I rest my thumb on that little bit of wood to perch my hand up there to play with the index middle. Okay, now we're going to do that with whole notes, so a count of 4 for each note. And then quarter notes where we count once for each note, and then eighth notes where we play twice for each beat. Okay, now I'm going to do all of that with the drums. It should be pretty easy, just follow along and play your guitars, okay? This is tempo 100. 1, 2, 3, whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Then quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, if that wasn't too fast, then great. You might have been using 2 fingers. If you were using your pick, you could have been going down, 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 playing each note 8 times for the eighth notes. Or you might have been going down, up. If you're going down, up, just try to get an even down, up balance. And a good idea is to have your pick sort of standing straight up, so when it hits the strings, it's more balanced. Now, that's all pretty good. You might find that if you're trying to do that with your thumb, that it's a bit of a workout for your thumb, but that's cool. Okay, now next up we are going to do the same thing, but now we're going to go down to string 1. Okay, now I can play 1 string at a time, but I'm going to do 2 strings. So with my flat finger, I'm going to hold down 2 strings. So when you press here, you'll find that the string is going to make a little mark somewhere here and somewhere here, rather than normally when you do fingertip, however, making a mark on your actual fingertip. So this is flat finger for the mini bars. So 2 strings at the same time. Okay, now practice that with your tempo 100. Whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter notes. Eighth notes. When I'm doing eighth notes with the pick, I'm more or less just bouncing on the strings. So I've got freedom of movement with my hand. This kind of forearm part will rest on this edge, and I'm just doing it just like by bouncing a little bit like that. That's my technique. If you're doing it with your fingers, you might want to try and do index middle fingers with this little microwave technique. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is the 2-note chords in the bass, the power chords. So here we have a different interval because I've got A as the lowest note instead of A as the highest note. I'm going to have a different interval here, so I'm going to use my pinky finger, or even better, my ring finger, to play 2 frets higher on the next string. So this is how my 2-note chord sounds in the bass. I'm taking it down, taking it down, taking it down. Sounds rock. If you're finding that chord hard, just try to relax your wrist and get your fingers, this index finger can just rest on the strings, and this ring finger or the pinky finger that's doing the other note, get that nice and close so that it will be curled over, okay? Getting that finger to be closer to the string rather than having this finger far away and having to stretch that finger. That's always going to be the wrong hand shape. Okay, the wrong hand shape means the index finger is off the strings and the hand is too far away from the neck. I can't really see that space there. Hand is too far away from the neck. Correct hand shape is where the index fingers rest on the strings and the hand is closer to this part of the neck and this finger curls over to reach that fifth string. Not an easy chord shape for a beginner. But if you can do it, then play along. 1, 2 whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, move. 1, 2, 3, move. 1, 2. It's okay if you need more time to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, move. 1, 2, 3, move. 1, 2, 3. And then 8 notes. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I was doing it then, I was leaving a space at the end to give my hand some extra time to move if I needed it. I don't really need, because I'm just sliding down, so I don't really need much time to change my chord. But if you're finding that you can't keep up, just sacrifice some of those chords at the end so you have more time to move. So instead of doing 8 and quickly changing, you just do 6 or 5 or so and then just have some more time to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and move. So you can just change a bit easier, okay? Most important thing when you're changing chord is that you are on time for the first beat. That's always going to sound right. Okay, now we are going to do our next thing, which is the open position chords. So grab a chord chart if you don't have one. A minor chord and the E chord is the same shape, but everything has been moved up. Okay, a little bit confusing. A minor, E major. If you know it, that's good. Hopefully that's easy. You can just change from A minor to E. A minor to F. The C can remain on the B string. So A minor chord, F chord. So just a bit of rearranging there. G will be like a full, like a shift to the G shape. Yep. Sorry, A minor to G and then to F. Yeah, so a bit of jumping around and then E. A minor, G, F, E. Let's do this. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, then the G. So plenty of time to change here. F is only 4 strings and E all 6. Quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now the easiest way to strum chords is with a pick, but if you don't have a pick, you could just be going down with the finger and up with the thumb. Or just maybe just pretend you're holding a pick and just use that part of your nail on the way down and that thumbnail on the way up. Down, up, down, up. Flicking is better, it gets you more of the more punchy sound. Down, up, down, 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 flick down, flick up. Okay, now that's the open position chords. Now, one more thing we have to do is the bar chords. Okay, now only do this if you find all of the other chords easy. Now, bar chords is the best way to get a consistent bass sound on the way down with your chords. Okay, because notice when you play the F that the bass note isn't a low note, it's this F. But I have a lower F on the guitar, this one, which is nice and bassy. So to include this F, I kind of need to do this bar chord. A lot more work. Index finger will just be flat, covering all the strings. Okay, so if you haven't done bar chords before, just practice the index finger flat. And maybe put that finger on top of it to clamp it down. it is basically like clamping on the strings. What's that? Little clamp. So just practice clamping on the fret. And if you can do that, you'll be adding 2 fingers for A minor and 3 fingers for the major shape. Now this major shape is exactly the same as my E shape. I've got a sharp note here and this next to each other, but it's with different fingers. This is a bit hard, you know, for beginners, so only do this if you feel like everything else is really easy, okay? So A minor bar chord, G bar chord. Try to look after your wrist, try to keep your wrist straight, more or less, when you're playing the chords, okay? Now, one more time through everything from the start. 1, 2, 3, bass notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All 1 and 2 with the index middle. Okay, next mini bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, now chords. 2, 3, 4, G, just flick it. F and E, quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Eighth notes. Down, down, thumb, thumb, on the way up. Thumb on the way up. Flicking that thumb up. Bar chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Quarter notes. 1, 2. I'm just flicking it now. Eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it. You can try that out. Make sure that you try it with the metronome or with another person playing another guitar, another keyboard or any other instrument. And if you want some more ideas, then you just start playing notes. You can just use the open position notes most of the time. And if you want to add some more flavor, you can put a G sharp in there. Okay guys, hopefully that is pretty easy and fun for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions and have fun jamming. Bye.